Thanks everyone for joining us for office hours today. I'm excited to talk about our new task functionality, and I have Oliver Watts on the call as well, our VP of Product, who will be able to help answer questions in case there's anything that I don't know just yet. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So let's first talk about our tasks listed here in our project tool. We also have the ability to view and edit tasks in jobs as well. I have two tasks listed here on our project. This is all something that I think you're used to seeing, but a few new things that you're going to notice now is the option to have the task change stage based on them being checked off or not checked off. And as you're building or creating new tasks from the project, you can also create a manual task as usual. I'm just going to do task, create a description, and I can assign this task to multiple contacts and multiple assignees. Unlock this project until this task is completed or not. I could save this task there. If I open this task, another thing that you're going to be able to do is create a checklist item. So I could have multiple steps. I'm actually just going to type and press enter. This is how easy it is to create a checklist now on a task. If you have edit as access to your task, you can also choose this little garbage can here on the right and delete any task. Or sorry, any checklist item that is listed within this test task. So that's just one fun thing we added to task. I can also create a task template, which we'll cover in a little bit, but let's just use one of the templates that I've input here. So I have a few pre-production tasks that I would like to cover instead of having a multiple task or one task with a paragraph of entries for everyone to read. I'm actually going to create I have this one template. It has multiple checklist items on it, and I can go ahead and assign it to multiple people. I'm also able to lock this project until this task is completed. All right, so here is my pre-production task. The lock here demonstrates that this project is going to stay locked until I actually complete this task. And these three gears will actually show that a stage change is enabled. The stage change enabling will only happen from a task template. So because I used a template and I preset this template to make a certain stage change at the completion of this task, that is why I'm seeing this listed here. I cannot actually create a task manually and uh, have it make a stage change. Take a look at this pre-production list. Again, the stage change enabled here, since this task template pre-production has a stage change on completion set. When this task is marked as complete, the project will be moved to ready for production. And I have a couple of things listed here for this pre-production checklist. I can go through and check them off. As I check off tasks, I'm actually going to see who checked this task off, which is nice feature to take a look at which users are being held accountable for each checklist item within a task. And I can still create and add to this checklist. So if there's something specific about this property that needs to happen, I can go ahead and list it here. So call homeowner before arrival. This is probably something that you do typically, but maybe they just made a special request. So I'm going to just list that on the checklist there. So we can manually create tasks from a project with a few new features. We can create a task template within a project or use a task template within a project that can also include a stage change, multiple project assignees, and multiple contacts. It will also show me who this is checked off by. Let me go ahead and show you task templates in settings. So this is going to be, sorry, I'm moving a little fast, hamburger menu on the top left of your page and company settings, and then task. So here are the 3 task templates that I was just playing around with this week. So we have gutter installation task and our description here. Just to note, you can use variables in this description. These are only going to show when this task is used within a campaign. And I will also show you how to use tasks within a campaign in case anyone's unaware. But you can use your templates or your variables here. I like to copy from there, but you can also just type squiggly, squiggly. Actually, that's not working on this right now. Automation stage change on completion. That would be what we're looking at here. I don't have this one moving the stage specifically, but I can move it within any of the pipelines in any stage that I have created in ProLine. And then here is the checklist. I can update this as well so that I have this template to be used for any of my projects that I have in the system. When I'm creating a new task template from scratch, here, we're going to name it. Here, let's actually we'll say attic inspection list. And then we just want to check the attic, list whatever description here makes the most sense for what you're trying to accomplish, what you want the user who's checking off this task and the various checklist items in this task to see. I can have this move the stage from, let's say, ready for production. I don't know. Let's say ready for production just for the sake of this. Okay, so we've got it. We're going to check for water, stains, mold. We're going to check the insulation and anything else that you would want to review during an attic inspection. And now I have this task template here. One thing that I didn't cover yet, but I want to make sure that I mention, is that when you create a single task and multiple users are mentioned on this task, previously this would create a task so this is basically going to allow you to decide, do we want to create a single task with multiple people, or do we want multiple people to receive individual tasks here? This is a preference based on what you guys would like, but seems like multiple of our users would prefer that the task have multiple people mentioned, but just remain just as one task. Okay, and quickly I want to hop on campaigns, and I think we have questions coming in already. Where are my campaigns? All right. When I open a campaign folder, I want to edit. Let's just edit this appointment reminders campaign. This could be used for any one of your campaigns, adding specifically creating a task. And when creating the task on the campaign, I can select multiple project roles, multiple users, name the task, or instead of creating a manual task, maybe I'll go ahead and just use one of my templates. So I have my gutter installation tasks, and I can again choose to lock this project until the stage is completed. If there are variables in the description of this task, or the assignee, the address, the project, any of those variables listed, they would work because it is attached to this campaign. I'm not going to save this because I don't want to actually update this campaign with that information. But let me hop back over to my projects and open this up, see what sort of questions we have coming in.
There's one other thing I forgot to mention to you
Oh,
when I
great.
say, if you could just go into the user's account settings and in notifications,
Yes.
we also now have two new notifications in here down towards the bottom in global notifications. So there's a global tasks overdue summary and global tasks complete. So these didn't used to exist, but if you add yourself to the global tasks overdue summary, you'll get an email which summarizes any overdue tasks that day. Um, it runs like once a day around 9 a.m., something like that. And then the task complete, if you do want that, you will get a notification every time anyone completes a task within your ProLine.
Wow, that's great. That has to be really wonderful for management specifically, tracking everybody's task. All right. Thank you, Oliver. Let me see if I can figure out once again how to get. Thank you guys all for bearing with me while I learn how to use the webinar here in Zoom.
I don't think there are any questions
Maybe we
there.
don't have any questions today. That's okay.
Does anyone have any questions?
That's wonderful. If not, maybe that means that everyone has already been messing around with this. Just wanted to see if there is any other special information out there. Okay, well, thanks again for joining. Again, updating task and multiple assignees, multiple contacts, checklist items, variables on campaigns, and templates. So lots of fun features in a very quick 14-minute video that I hope everyone finds useful. All right, reach out to support if you have any questions. We're here to help.